ones, empaths, what I've noticed is, and I've been through it myself, right? It's like, despite what the narcissist has done to us, right? They've put us through such torment, devalued us, dragged us through the mud, some of us cheated on us, probably most of us cheated on us, and some of us just don't even know. They've done numerous things, yeah, that tried to destroy our spirit, right? And a lot of us may have door slammed them now. We've utilized no contact. We've cut them off, Some of us have gone back to them and then cut them off. But eventually, most of us have come to the point now where we've cut them off and we come to these sorts of videos to find information out and stuff like that. But while going through this journey, and I have been in this position myself, so I'm not judging, we still do miss the narcissist. We miss the good times. We miss the laughs. We still look at them in a way of an ex-partner, and we miss them to some degree. Some more than others, or we miss the good times and we can't get over the fact how they've done such wrong to us, okay? And when we're in this state, this is why sometimes when hoovers happen, they do the hoover attempts, some of us go back to them, you see? And there's a reason that you still miss the narcissist, okay? There's a reason, and I'll get into it in the video. But we become fixated on thinking of the time, of the good times, and we've got to look in a realistic perspective. There was no good times. We was dealing with someone with a mask, someone who can't empathize with you, someone who can't really love you. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. Take 2 seconds of your time. But someone who's devoid of empathy in the prefrontal cortex of their brain, so they can't really feel what you're feeling. They don't have compassion. Sorry about that. They don't have compassion. They don't have an understanding to pair bond with you. You see what I mean? But the missing part of it, yeah, you miss them because they showed you an illusion, and this illusion creates the trauma bond, yeah, a mixture of the bonding, the love bombing, but also the harsh stuff they put you through. It trauma bonds you to them, and it makes you get breadcrumbs. They breadcrumb you, and you look for the goodness in them, yeah. And this can carry on for a long time afterwards, and you'll suffer with rumination about things you done wrong. You'll suffer with rumination about things they done wrong. You'll also suffer with rumination about, was it you? And this is all through the trauma bond, yeah, which I call a demonic soul tie. And this trauma bond, or demonic soul tie, also through you being intimate with these individuals, if this is, you're dealing with a romantic partner, ex-romantic partner, or whatnot, this creates bonds and soul ties with you as well, because you've been physically intimate with them, right? And they also, if you're feeling a bit lonely afterwards and stuff like that, you'll miss the company, you'll miss that, if it's still fresh. But to break the spell, it's a spell. It is a spell, what they've done to you. Yeah, this trauma bond thing, it's on the brink of witchcraft. It's on the brink, not witchcraft, but it is like that. You're dealing with some demonic individuals that have manipulated you to feel this way, yeah? But even if they're whatever toxic individual, it's not even just narcissists, but any toxic individual will do this trauma bonding thing that will have you dangling on strings, and also looking for breadcrumbs, looking for signs of, once it's gone so toxic, looking for signs of goodness, looking back in the past. But to break this, you have to break it down to the core and the essence of what it really is, right? You got involved with an individual, okay? They masquerade through life like a weirdo. They go through life like a weirdo with artificial light. They steal other people's light and try to use it for themselves, and eventually it runs out. But they show you a face that's not true to their identity of who they are. They show you a loving, caring thing. They show you love, They show you these things, but they're only acting it out. It's not real. They don't know how to love, right? So they pretend to love. They don't know how to bond with an individual, so they pretend to create a bond. But eventually they'll blame you for, a lot of the times they blame us for the breakups and stuff. Deep down, they blame us, right? Because we caused numerous injuries to them throughout the time, which almost encourages them to go for a discard, or almost encourages them to rebel and hit you with toxic attacks, yeah? Because we've done our mirroring through the process, and we've also got the self-defense mechanism is the mirroring, right? But we have something that repels what they try to throw away, and it causes injuries over time, and you have to look back in retrospect to find those injuries that you caused in why they treated you in such a way. This is the reason, but the reason that you miss the narcissist is because you're caught up on the breadcrumbing, you're caught up on the good times. There was no good times. So if you break it and strip it down to the bare root of what it is, as I just said, you're dealing with someone who's masquerading with artificial light. Yeah, they're a weirdo. They're putting on a false they're putting on a mask, hiding their real identity, right? They're projecting how they're a good person. They're doing all of this stuff. And you have to really strip it down and know that you're not dealing with that. And you can't let it hurt you. You can't let it hurt you and think, oh my God, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to ever be with someone again after someone's destroyed me to this way, to this magnitude? They've destroyed themselves. They've destroyed themselves, okay? You, as an empath or a chosen one, was sent their way. You were sent their way by God or the universe as mercy. You were sent there as a blessing. You were sent there as a challenge. You were sent there as a test to see if this person continues with this behavior, okay? And where they continued with the behavior, one day God or the universe said no more. Karma come along and said no more. It caused a separation between yourselves that was messy, yeah? And the only thing that's holding you back from healing from this experience and reaping the benefits, yeah? You are planting so many seeds into this individual, yeah? And I don't mean that in terms of intimacy. I mean you are planting seeds into the individual through your love, through your care, through your compassion, through your kindness, through everything of those types of things. You were instilling this in them, and they repelled them, and they just decided to treat you like, you know what I mean? They tried to just treat you like the worst thing, yeah? And by them doing that, okay, they failed the test. They failed the opportunity, yeah? So the quicker you stop missing them, the quicker you get over the trauma bond. It does take time. I'm not telling you to rush. It will happen. Eventually, listen, it actually happened to me off a comment. I can't remember the person's name, sorry. But they mentioned in the comment about when they was intimate with the individual, the narcissist, there was something demonic in their eyes or something they saw. Can't remember the exact quotation of the comment, but they saw something like sick in the individual, yeah? And I've heard other people kind of mention this as well. When I thought back, for some reason it flashed into my head, I felt like I wanted to vomit. I swear. I felt like I wanted to be sick. I was like, oh gosh, yeah? But initially when this stuff happened to me, I used to miss the company. I used to miss being with them. I used to miss that sort of stuff, right? But I've come so far in my journey now, it actually makes me feel sick to my stomach. It actually makes me feel like, oh my God, like why? Oh my God, I'm never letting myself slip like that again with someone, yeah? And like it's not that I regret it because I learned so much, but oh, it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting, and they're weirdos, man. They're proper weirdos, man. It's so vile, man. Like, and this is where you will get in your journey, yeah? And this is because I've broken the trauma bond. This is because I've broken that spell. I've broken this illusion they tried to paint over what happened between us, you know. They're trying to keep you bound. They're trying to keep you bound to that trauma bond. But the quicker you get rid of it, is the quicker you begin to heal at a much faster rate, okay? And I've mentioned this various times, but I'm just trying to say, time doesn't heal, but through time you learn how to deal with it. So once you start using the tools that you've been given, you start to piece together what's happened. You look at this individual not as your ex-romantic partner. They're not that. They'll never be that. They wasn't that. They're a facade. They're an illusion. They're someone who was playing a game. Yeah? And it's not that they were playing a game with your emotions like, oh, they pretended to be in love and they tried to destroy you. Like a lot of people try to say, yeah, they can't actually love. Don't you think that they want to love? They want to know what that's like. They can't. They want to know what it's like to actually have a special bond with someone and actually bond with an individual. Of course they want that. Of course they want that. But for some reason in their DNA and the way that they're made, they can't do it. And they resent you for it. They envy you for it. They resent you for it. So never feel like you lost. Even if you were discarded in the most brutal fashion. Yeah? Even if you were discarded in the most brutal fashion. It don't matter. You've won. That's what you have to understand. And the quicker you start understanding how you won and all the points are in your court. It's not a game, but I'm trying to say you scored big. You scored big. And I've made various videos about how there's a crucial blow and the narcissist will get an epiphany and a realization and they will begin to regret losing you and stuff like that. So you need to let this transformation take place because everything in the world and in the energy form, E equals MC squared, everything is energy. This energy, you need to let it happen. The longer you stay connected to this trauma bond, this thing that's bound you, yeah? You know what I'm saying? It's weighing you down. It's like you're chained up. You need to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping you confined. It's like, for example, like a straitjacket. You're bound. You're stuck. You're stagnating. You're becoming like that. And I'm not saying all of us are at different points of our journey, but I'm saying initially, this is how it hits you. This is how it hits you. It hits you hard. So hopefully with this information, you'll be able to use it to your advantage and see that they don't know how to love. They don't know how to pair bond. And they wish they could. Yeah, they wish they could. And the more partners that they move on with, the more people they're intimate with, if that's another layer of, what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on. It's another layer of complication. Because through having numerous partners, it makes you unable to pair bond. Like, even a regular Joe, not even an empath, regular Joe, whatever, the more partners you have, it makes it harder to pair bond with the next individual because you go through emotional damage and things like this, right? It makes it harder. It's proven, right? It's proven that there's a higher divorce rate, stuff like that. So when you add the complication of that combined with the narcissist at the core of it all, is unable to pair bond, it's a total disaster. It's a total disaster. So you can never be jealous about seeing them moving on, or you can never be jealous about, seeing them moving on, seeing them getting married, seeing them have children. They can't pair bond with their children. They can't bond with their children. They're unable to. So if they can't bond with their own offspring, right, they may bond superficially where you think they've got a bond, you know, whether it's a father playing football with their son and they're playing in the garden, or it will look, but they can't physically bond with the child. Like, realistic, they cannot bond. It's not possible for them to do this. So you can't miss this. You can't miss it. There's nothing to miss. You know what I mean? And by you letting it take place, by you letting everything take place now, sorry, the neighbours just turned some music. I'll come off the video now. Hopefully it's not disturbing the video. But once you break this soul tie, this trauma bond, they disturbed the video, man. Once you break the trauma bond and the soul tie, and you you get to the point, you get to the it's really distracting me, you know. Once you break the soul tie and the trauma bond, okay, and you move forward and you look at them in a way that they're not a loving partner, they don't know how to love, they don't know how to pair bond, this will allow the energy shift to take place in the world, and you'll start to see them doing hoovers, you'll start to see them, you'll see signs, right? Stop looking on their social media, stop doing all of that, and you'll understand that you'll stop missing them, and eventually you're going to get to that point when you feel repulsed by thinking that you were intimate with this individual. You're going to get repulsed, like so repulsed, yeah? And you're just not going to miss them. You're not going to, even the things that you think they were good, you're not even going to look at it like they were good anymore. You're just going to look at it like that individual's a weirdo. Like the bad things, you're just going to laugh at it and you're going to say that individual's a weirdo, man. They thought they could break me and they didn't break me, yeah? The whole thing is they want to break you down, yeah? So just don't let them. I'm going to come off the video now because there's some loud music playing in the background, and I'm not going to remake this video because they interrupted. So hopefully you can still hear my voice and everything like that. I'll check it back before. But yeah, it did distract me, so sorry about that. But please press the like and the subscribe button, yeah? Thank you for watching, all of you lot. I appreciate all of you lot. I hit the 1K mark. Appreciate every single one of you that's watching. Everyone that presses a comment, does a comment, presses the subscribe button. Truly grateful for you all. Yeah, it's about us connecting with people of the same mindset and stuff like that, so we can all hopefully find our divine counterpart and someone who's empathetic and someone who we can bond with, you know what I mean? And it will be dwelling in tranquility. You don't dwell in tranquility with a narcissist. Find the empath, find the divine counterpart, and don't rush out there looking for them, because we're surrounded by narcissists. We're surrounded by them. They orbit us, yeah? They orbit. Especially for the females. Watch out for the orbiters. Watch out for the ones that just orbit around your vicinity. They just orbit you, orbit you, orbit you, orbit you, orbit you. You know what I mean by that, yeah? Just watch out for them, because they're toxic, yeah? And these narcissists do orbit, so just look outside the box. Think outside the box and try and find someone outside the box, yeah? And you will run into that person that's meant for you, because we've all got someone, we're all from a similar tribe. We're from the empathetic tribe, so chosen ones. They're out there, yeah? But they're not going to be in a place where they're probably not even on dating apps, you know what I mean? Dating apps are a waste of time. I know dating apps are the future now, because it's hard for people to really find time and stuff with work and whatnot. But it's filled up with, so you got to really filter through, and just don't let these people in. When you get to this point, don't let these people in too early. Just don't let, we've all made the mistake, so no one can judge. But just don't let these people in too early, and really get to know the person. You know what I mean? Really get to know the person, like, before you let them in. So yeah, just know, yeah, with what I told you, hopefully this helps a bit, and you can break this trauma bond, yeah? So anyway, like I said, please press the like and the subscribe button, and if you do want a one-to-one session, you can find the details in the description box. Anyway, I'll catch you all soon. Peace.